Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. To all the major league realty agents listening in today, we've got something incredibly exciting to unpack. Look, as real estate professionals, your days are completely maxed out, right? But have you ever felt like you're just leaving money on the table when your local clients start talking about opportunities outside your usual territory? Well, today, we are exploring a brilliant playbook derived directly from Major League Realty's new presentation. It is designed specifically to help you unlock a brand new, virtually effortless stream of passive income through international real estate referrals to Jared Pickering.
Okay, let's dive right into this. The core promise here is bold, but brilliantly simple. A new way to earn more, do less. Your schedules are already packed to the brim with showings, client meetings, intense negotiations, and let's be honest, surviving on lukewarm coffee in your car. The absolute last thing you need is a new revenue stream that requires you to add more weight to your daily grind, or worse, forces you to learn an entirely new set of international property laws. But what this playbook reveals is that you can generate substantial revenue without adding a single extra heavy task to your plate.
Think about the reality of the old way of doing things. You have clients who absolutely love you, who trust you implicitly, and who want to invest internationally. But historically, there was a massive, frustrating gap in the business model. There was nowhere inside MLR to actually send them. You basically had to either try and figure out foreign markets yourself, taking on massive liability, or simply let them walk away. You were leaving money on the table. But the new way completely pivots to a seamless, frictionless solution. By introducing the International Investment Desk, powered by Passports to Property and API Global, you now have a direct, in-house avenue to easily refer these highly motivated clients.
The beauty of this solution is in its completely frictionless three-step referral process. Step 1, you simply spot the opportunity when a client mentions buying abroad, and you make a warm introduction. And listen closely, because that is the full extent of your heavy lifting. Your active involvement basically stops right there. Step 2, Dr. Jared Pickering takes it completely off your hands. Jared, who's an NAR CIPS designee, handles all the complex international legalities, the compliance, the transaction coordination, and he sources vetted global properties through API Global. He conducts the discovery calls and builds the strategy for your client. And then step 3, you get paid your referral income at closing, and crucially, your client comes back to you for all their DFW real estate needs.
Now, what's really interesting here is the actual math. We aren't just talking about a tiny symbolic finder's fee. We're talking about a serious cut of the total referral that makes the undeniable financial payoff crystal clear. Let's say we're looking at an international property valued at $300,000. The total 3% referral fee is $9,000. Your cut of that is a massive 25%, meaning you walk away with $2,250. And the best part? For every single property tier, from a $150,000 investment all the way up to a $750,000 premium property, your required effort remains exactly the same. One single introduction. Zero extra licenses required. So the crucial point is how quickly this scales with absolutely zero heavy lifting on your end. If you successfully refer just 3 clients a year who each close on a $300,000 property through the API Global platform, that yields exactly $6,750 in extra passive income. Think about that for a second. That's almost $7,000 added directly to your bottom line for simply making 3 quick phone calls or sending 3 warm email introductions over the course of an entire 12-month period. It is literally the definition of high ROI for your time. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but where do I find these clients? Well, the amazing thing is they're likely already sitting right inside your CRM database. You just need to know who to look for. First up, we have the investor. This is your classic domestic client who already owns investment properties right here in the US, but they are actively looking for their next big move. They want to diversify their portfolio into international markets to spread their risk and tap into new global growth. When you review your past clients, look for the ones who just flipped their 3rd duplex and are hungry for their next move. Next, you want to keep your ears open for our second avatar, the dream traveler. These are the clients who are always talking about their next big trip or actively discussing retiring abroad. You know the exact type. They're always scrolling through Tuscan villas on their phone between house tours. Listen closely for mentions of specific hotspots. If they bring up Mexico, Spain, Italy, Portugal, or Costa Rica, your radar should immediately go off. When they start daydreaming out loud about a second home or spending extended time in these vibrant locations, that is your perfect organic cue to make an introduction to the International Investment Desk. Then we have the passive income seeker. This client desires real estate that generates steady, reliable income, but they absolutely do not want the headache of active, day-to-day management. They don't want the 2 a.m. plumbing calls, right?
Turnkey rental properties located abroad, completely vetted and sourced through the AQI Global platform, are absolutely perfect for this specific client profile. It gives them exactly what they're looking for, hands-off revenue, while providing you with a highly qualified, seamless referral opportunity. Finally, we have the curious one. And this brilliantly illustrates just how simple this whole process can be. The curious one is the client who has just casually mentioned international real estate in passing. Maybe it was a quick comment during a local home tour, a question asked over coffee, or a passing thought about global markets. Treat this like an insider tip. Even the most casual, passing comment about an overseas market is a highly viable opening for a profitable referral. Don't brush those seemingly small comments off. That conversation is your opening. Now, I know what some of you are fiercely protective of, your client relationships. It makes total sense that your biggest fear is handing your client over and somehow losing them to someone else. Well, let's put that fear to rest right now. You will keep your DFW client forever. Their relationship with you stays completely intact for all their local needs now and in the future. Actually, scratch that. You aren't just keeping them. You are strengthening your bond by adding massive value. You get to offer them an exclusive global investment platform that most other agents simply cannot match. You gain a massive competitive edge, earning more per client with zero extra work or liability. And you can do so with total peace of mind, knowing they are in the certified expert hands of Dr. Jared Pickering. So, I want you to actively scan your memory right now. Who in your sphere has ever mentioned travel, retirement abroad, passive income, or international investing? Take a moment today to really think through your client database, your friends, and your extended network. That conversation you had weeks or even months ago, the one you might have completely forgotten about, could easily be worth a highly lucrative referral today. Your next step is incredibly simple and entirely low friction. There is absolutely no paperwork required to get this engine started, just a simple conversation with Jared. When you have someone in mind from your database, reach out to him directly. Your client gets contacted within 24 hours of your introduction, and you get to step back and let the International Investment Desk do the rest. Thank you so much for joining this explainer. You have the playbook, you have the network. The only question left is, who are you going to call first?